Hello and welcome to All1Equal, a new web platform designed to market yourself, market your business, market your events, market your music, and market any products or services that you may sell. Our goal is to allow and to help people with more opportunities to make them successful in life. It's pretty straightforward. This is the first of a video tutorial series with just a very broad overview of who we are, what we do, and how it works. A very high level view of it. So let's get started. When you first log into the app, when you first open it, you'll see that this is the basic screen with some simple options. The logo at the top, a banner that's there that anybody, even including you, can add a banner. Log in, register, what we do, which kind of explains in detail a little bit more about our goals and our missions. And a recent activity log that just says, okay, this was posted, that was posted, this was posted, just to give you a bird's eye view of what's actually happening. So as a new member, the very first thing you want to do is register. You want to add your username. We're going to call me new user Dale. Spaces are allowed. And since I have this email address, newuserdale@gmail.com, we're going to enter a password. And we're going to create an account. It's pretty straightforward. It says that we've succeeded, and it puts us here. Automatically, you can post a shout out. It still has that list. Now, up here is kind of the primary navigation that brings you into all the different things you can do on the site. And there's quite a lot here. The very first thing I recommend you do is that you go to your settings. Some advertisements there, and we'll talk about your own banners on the site and how that works, which is part of the marketing platform. And all this is pretty standard. You can adjust your account details. You want to obviously upload a picture of yourself. You can put your cover photo in. You can talk about what your mission in life is. Set where you're located. The genres of music you like. Your biography, link out to third-party things like Facebook, Twitter, Google Plus is going the way of the birds, but you understand. Your Instagram, your Snapchat, whatever it may be. So these are some of the banners, which we're tightening that up a little bit, no big deal. So as you see that, I want you to look a little bit more closely just how that works. So after you adjust your settings, one of the next things you should probably do is just do a shout out and introduce yourself. Hey, new user Dale. How are you? Hey guys, just joined the site. Learning a little bit using this video tutorial. Say whatever you want to say, whatever's on your mind. And you save, and it automatically creates the post. And if you go back and look at the activity feed, you'll see that you are added right there. Pretty straightforward. Going down the list, we're very event-centric because one of the things we understand is that, as a musician or as a business owner, as a venue owner, sometimes it's hard to put people through the doors, right? And so what we want to do is try to make it possible for you to help put as many people through the doors, right? Paying customers, more people listening to your music, that's generally, all a good round. So there's lots of different ways to list events. You can either just list a basic event, you can feature an event, which is a main one, or you can archive an old event. If you notice on the right here, you'll see this point system. The website works on what's called a cred system. So this is beautiful, it's gamified. The more you use the website, which is technically a platform as we build the app, the more that you use it, the more credits you get. The more credits you get, the more you can do. Automatically, we're starting you off with 50,000 credits, so you're getting a lot of credits to do a whole lot of things, just as a promotional tool while we're in beta. Right now we're in beta mode, so sometimes things look a little bit glitchy, but that's just part of open beta development testing. No big deal. So I want to list an event, right? So let's say it's a main event. What's going to be the title of it? Let's see, I got some stuff over here that I kind of pre-saved just to make it easy. So let's do this test event. I don't know these guys, but so this is Boris. It's the Deep Therapy Pool Party Edition. So it's pretty straightforward. You just say, hey, what is the name of the show that we're doing? Right now we're simulating, so kind of ignore this. So let's see if I can find a good flyer to add for this. Alright. So I've selected the flyer that we want. We're going to upload it. It's going to show you a preview. Right? So that's pretty straightforward. We're going to set the date, which it would help if I knew the date. So Sunday, May 5th. So we're in June. Looks like it was an old event. Said it was upcoming, but irrelevant. Starts at 1 p.m. So one of the things that we do is we're in all these different countries right now. As we expand out, we'll talk a little bit more about that, about I-18N, about how we can be in 5 different languages and stuff like that. So the goal isn't that we're just trying to be local, even though you can drill down into it, but, you know, international as well. So we're in the United States. This takes place in Florida. So we're going to add that. So now we've set that we're in the U.S. and we're in Florida. We're going to say, okay, this is in Orlando. Since I happen to know the location, we're going to set the address, and it's at a loft. The genres are house music. And anytime you want to add genres, I believe they're playing breakbeat also, so we just kind of add them just like that. It'll kind of come up and give you suggestions. So the artists are DJ Doze, comma, DJ Nella, comma, STFK Music, comma, and Kaio Hara. I actually think they have the date wrong, or I have the date wrong. I believe it's July 5th, not May, but that's irrelevant. So it's $20 for the pool party. There wasn't an age listed, so whenever there's not an age, I always just say 21 plus, just to be on the safe side. And then you can copy any information into the body, right? So that just kind of says, okay, this is all the details, and save. So what we did is we just created an event. You can still see the advertisements coming up. It'll tell you about how, okay, it deducted 2,000 cred from the account, and it says that we still have 48,000 left, all right? So you can see how that's useful. We have the banners, which I think we're going to crop those a little bit, but that's neither here nor there. And now you have your event page, right? So Boris, you can like it, dislike it, RSVP, report, tells you the time, the location, the venue, the genres, the artists, and the information, right? So that's pretty straightforward, gives you a map of where it is, and you can comment on it. One of the cool things about the platform is the way that it categorizes information. So it not only just created an event page, just by creating this one event, it automatically added you to the United States. It automatically added you to Florida. It automatically added you to Orlando. It automatically added you to a loft. It automatically added you to house music and breakbeat. It automatically created artist pages for DJ Doze, DJ Nella, SFTK Music, and if I'm not pronouncing this correct, forgive me, Kaio Hara. Right? So let's just click on DJ Doze. So it automatically created a page for DJ Doze. Now, if I go back in, if I have another event, say a week from now or a month from now, and I put DJ Doze in there, it's going to automatically populate another event right in here. So anytime you want to find out anything that's happening with this guy, past, present, or future, you just go to DJ Doze, and it will show all the events, show where it is, show how it goes, and just create this list. A better way to show you may be to, let's go back out here. Let's just kind of look at the events. You see how it kind of just gives you all like the high level information right here. Tells you when it is, where it is, how it is. Let's take another look. So you know how I said that he automatically got put into the United States, right? Because he falls under that category. Well, now those are featured events. Any event that falls underneath the United States will automatically be listed here. And so it just starts populating and growing those lists, growing those lists, growing those lists. So if you want to drill down, whether it's by genre, if you're a drum and bass fan, or, I like house music and breakbeat and drum and bass and basically everything, rock and roll even, it will start doing it. And it's great how it starts creating pages for people. So this was another event that had just happened, the Gemini party, right? Flyers there. Gives you information, lists all the DJs. So let's see, like Robbie and Security. Okay, how many shows they have? Just one. That's fine. We'll add more. So that's how events work, and it works for all of them. When you advertise, all you do is the exact same thing. You put a title, you upload the banner, you select where it should be, which which country and which state or province, depending on where you are in the world, the city, where you want it to link out to, and the information. It's pretty straightforward. You can do the exact same thing with your music, which we call tunes. So if you want to advertise your music, you just type in the name of the song, you put in the list of the artists, you put in the link, whether it's on SoundCloud or iTunes, wherever it may be where you can listen. We have a special purchase section because, remember, one of our goals is not just for you to link out to your music, but we want to actually help you sell it, right? So you can put in links to Beatport, iTunes, Google Play, wherever it may be. You can add as many of those as you want. Put the label or put independent if you don't have one. Put the genre, put the cover of the artwork. Maybe say when you released it, put in all the information. And it's pretty straightforward. So we went through events. Went through advertise. You can add stuff, like I said in the very beginning, for your business, for your venue, for your product, for your service. Now, one of the things I do want to show you is, because we're operating on two different levels. So there is a social media marketing platform to this, even though we don't consider ourselves a social media company. We're more of an internet marketing hub, which kind of combines like old school bulletin board systems or something like Craigslist, and it fuses it with the idea of social networking. So, like, with any good social networking, you can have your wall. Hey, how are you? And it will add it to your wall. So I notice that some of these banners, we're going to limit that down to one, but no big deal. So it's there, and people can comment on it. Pretty good. Great. And you post your comment. So now this is your personal wall, where anything you're doing that day, anything you just want to talk about that's just relevant to you, shows up there. Now, kind of the cool thing is that we have all these other features here, which is very similar to any social media, any social networking. Is you have your feed, which will say anything that your friends or your crew, technically, we prefer the language being crew, because, you got your street crew, your crew on your team. So what you can do is you can go through and you can add crew members, and anything that they post onto their wall shows up in the feed. So that's pretty straightforward. We all know how that works. So what we're doing is we're combining multiple things here, which is pretty neat in the way it works. The gamification part that we're still working on is called the leaderboard, right? So we believe that you should be rewarded for using the platform, right? So as I said, the more that you do, the more that you interact, the more that you engage, the more that you can do, and it advances you through levels, right? So right now, the admin has been using it the most, and it just says, okay, this person has been using it the next most, this person, so on and so forth down the line. And so there's an entire leveling system, which right now, this needs to be updated, and we're in beta, so that's perfectly fine. But your ranks will go from level 1, which would be like newbie. We're still working on the language. Level 2, which would be, mid. I don't know. We'll work on that further. But I just wanted to give you a quick introductory video of how some of these things work and just introduce it. And if you have any questions, you can always reach out to us. Chris is great. James is great. Mike is great. Anthony is great. Everybody's really, really great. So we're working away. And like I said in the very beginning, welcome to All1Equal. Our goal is to help you succeed, and if there's anything we can do, just let us know.